just to review really quickly, this it's going to be actually a case, and it pertains to security deposit interest requirements. Remember, in the city of Chicago, you do have to have security deposit, requirements that we don't in other places across the state of Illinois and in Cook County and etc. These security deposit interest requirements only apply to Chicago if the security deposit, you hold it for 6 months or longer, or you're going to have to pay $5 more in interest, or you have 25 or more properties. So as long as you meet these criteria, then you're bound by the security deposit interest requirements. And it basically just says landlords have to pay tenants interest on their security deposits, or we can apply it as a rent credit every 12 months. And I mean, this is no new information. If you own these rentals in Chicago, that just means, you have to attach to the lease the security deposit interest requirements. And every year in January, the city publishes what the interest rate is going to be for the security deposits. That's here, and here's the link. So that's what the security deposit interest requirements are saying. So every landlord had to do this for all the rental properties. Well, there was an interesting court case that the appellate court just ruled on. And what they were saying is that basically a tenant sued because a landlord did not attach the security deposit interest requirements. So they sued the landlord for thousands of dollars. And what the appellate court decided was that the landlord did not have to attach this interest rates information to their lease. Why? Because the tenant didn't pay a security deposit. So what the court decided was, thank goodness they sided here with the landlord. So what this court ruling says is, if you meet the security deposit interest requirements in Chicago, and you don't charge a security deposit, you don't have to worry about attaching this rate sheet. And the reason the court said that is it didn't cause the tenant anything. They were not damaged in any way. They didn't lose money. Their arm wasn't cut off. They were not affected in any way because the landlord didn't attach the interest rate sheet because they didn't collect any security deposit. Suni was saying it said 25 units. Does that mean units less than 25? Okay, I probably should have put here, Suni, thanks for asking that. So this is or. So if you hold a deposit 6 months or more, or you need to pay interest of credit of $5 or more, or you have property. If you meet any of these criteria, then you do have to pay the security deposit interest. So hopefully that answers your question there, Suni. So it's not like, okay, I only own 10 units, so I don't have to pay. No, if you've held a security deposit 6 months or longer, then you do have to. Yeah, it's not like you have to meet all three of these. Okay. And then Diane, I'm not clear on the $5 payment on interest. Are they saying a minimum of $5? Yes. So you're paying a minimum of $5, which that's a good point you're raising, Diane, because remember, the interest rates on these interest-bearing accounts have been so abysmally low for years and years. I think you guys at the end of your year are ending up paying what, 25 cents, a dollar, or whatever, 50 cents interest to your tenants there. So it doesn't meet the second criteria. But if you've held on to it for 6 months or more, then you do have to pay the interest. Yep.